and coach left and right sees the directions of banding out, respecting out the Kadita of Exhort.
I mean, maybe they weren't even looking at the Johnson Kadita. They were just looking at Kadita, you know. It's not something that is on their mind right now. But again, Kadita is out, so there's no longer the threat of the Kadita Johnson. Melissa ban, considering that they don't have the best ways of dealing with the Melissa, especially with the Farsa going onto the hands of TNC. RSG, they might just have to play up against the Claude. So expect more crowd control heroes on the the last pick, especially the likes of the Franco, the Kufra, even the Grok is also decent against Claude, because you do cancel out that blazing duet if ever if ever Innocent gets his hands on to that Claude. So Franco gets removed. It does bring us to the the territory where Claude is a priority pick here for TNC. Maybe not priority first pick, but a priority marksman pick on the last the last phase, because on the last pick, because there is that flex option of, instead of going for the Claude, you can go for the Brody. It's a good hero to deal with the Fredrin and Arlott, because he outputs so much damage.
Yeah, it makes total sense if they would reserve that final pick for the last stage of TNC, because right now they still don't have a tank. There's a lot of options that Ben can excuse because they ban out the Franco. Something tells me they don't want to be disturbed, but what's a better way to freely rotate around this time?
Wow, Kufra.
Wow.
Lots of stolen picks. Lolita, why not Lolita? Why not give out those Lolitas? The Valentina is also pretty prime still.
Like, give the light to my life.
Yeah.
I would have preferred the Ruby, honestly, for TNC. But that is also a case that you can, you can't put for light. Ruby sounds awesome for RSG Slate Philippines, and then you pair it up with the Valentina. It's such a strong lane in the middle lane. You have the threat of multiple stuns, mini stuns coming out from the Ruby, and there's that Terrify from the Valentina, and there is no way in hell you you outpoke Ruby and Valentina.
Yep.
And it could be weird if RSG does it on the last phase, but well,
Val.
Cross that out. They just did.
And show. All right.
Huh, interesting. If TNC gets Claude, Purify for sure.
Yeah, because there are a lot of ways of disrupting their positioning here with the Cho. You have something from the Jeet Kune Do, and you also have, Way of the Dragon and all of the ultimates that can be stolen. And getting that Valentina on the last choice was really a great pickup from RSG. Knowing that there's a Farce on the first hand, there's a lot of ultimates that can be used against them. So for the marksman you guys mentioned, will it be the Claude? Will it be the
Brody's okay.
Yeah, Brody's okay. I mean, you can even argue that Hadith is also decent, especially with the Purify. Especially with Purify as a battle spell. Up against Arlott, I'm not really sure though, but it does provide a lot of mid-game potential. Leslie, oh my goodness. It was recently buffed.
Oh no.
The cooldowns are much better now.
TNC Pro Team. You never fail to surprise us in every match.
Here's the Leslie.
Another debut hero from the first week. We have Zilong, now we have Leslie for TNC. How's this on the patch right now?
I mean, yes, it's a strong hero. It can perform well against the lineup of RSG Slate Philippines. I still have to convince myself that Leslie has to have this Purify battle spell, because if he does not, it's hard to get away from the Cho, especially with the flicker TikTok play. There is no answer against that. Even if you are very godly with your reactions, it's hard to time that that knockback. So it is a problem for TNC if RSG just fully commits on catching this Leslie off guard. But it can work. This Leslie can work.
Let's see how the debut pick works with the Phoenix Army. Will this be their chance to get back up and force a game number 3? Because right now we are getting more surprises on how this match can go. Look at this. Early poke and brawl up in mid.
Yeah. Imagine if that was a Ruby.
I
Grab and go.
There it is. But then again, I think TNC wants to go for the big flashy win here. At least try to get some of that confidence in their team back. So maybe that's why they're going for the classic Ben picks. It's also a very classic pick coming in from Ben Pips. There it is with a Kufra. Beautiful Tyrant's Revenge actually, but again, lacking firepower for the meantime is that Farce.
It was honestly weird that Exhort positioned himself there. knowing for the fact that both the Farsa and Kufra can catch up when it comes to positioning with the wings by wings and of course with the jump coming out from Bentix. Light though.
I guess that's just knowing the limits of your opponent right now because they don't have the level 4s yet. And normally, you just don't do that right normally. But if you know that your opponents don't really have all that flickers, they don't have any like executes or flame shots, you don't need to worry.
I mean, it's nice and all, but you did just lose the Valentina advantage because Escalera was able to force him out on the lane, and they're now sitting at both equal XP. Actually, Escalera even has more XP compared to Exort.
Yeah, that's true. And how the mid lane works right now, they're getting a slow trade on how to delay each other. But we were talking about how this debut pick. Oh, hold that on.
Oh, that was close.
Ooh,
All right, that was a good use of a flicker.
Ooh,
But
Escalera.
he's still there.
Oh, he just
Why
said hi.
he just looked at like
Wait,
that was cute.
I was really close to calling that for a kill. Let's go back to my thought right there. We were talking about the debut pick of Leslie. We're talking about if she got the Purify because the CC right now of RSG is too high, but she got the Flicker.
Yep, he is rocking that flicker, but RSG does have the advantage though. Ooh, light.
There it is. There's the Feather Airstrike at level 4. The Farsa, just too good. So that's why a lot of teams really pick it up early on. You have so much control over a team fight. That's happening right here, even without the Feather Airstrike. H2O still secures.
Okay, just a slow progress for the Lancelot of not taking the final steal. What was the thing that blocked Hiko in stealing that retribution right there?
I mean, it was just the sheer sustain of RSG and Hesu. Even though he committed the split, H2 was like, okay, there's so many glulets to control here, and I get so many HP. If I use my skill, I get my HP back. So it's just, again, a sustain of RSG, even though King Kong... Ooh!
Ah, beautiful assassination, though. That's first blood. Going over for TNC.
In just 3 minutes, you get the first blood, and the Phoenix Army gets it. Let's say Bentix right now is starting to do a great job in terms of rotation that was missing in game number 1.
Yeah, this is also tanks a lot from TNC, from the Retribution, just the image of the Retribution. I'm seeing the HP sustain, the Violet Retri, which gives King Kong a little bit of sustainability during fights, and of course that burn onto the heroes of RSG. If they don't burst out the Lancelot, it does provide a lot of space for TNC to make some plays on the team fights because their composition is mainly the composition is prioritizing the sustainability of their lineup.
Exort
Another
again.
beautiful catch once more. It's spearheaded by Ben Fings on that Kufra.
Oh, we were talking about how team fights could work. TNC, how they manage to have a front line and an initiator. That's how they completely get RSG off guard.
Yeah.
Because right now it's only Light can do vision and set us. But going back to the EXP, it's not still winning this matchup.
I mean, it's an Arlot and a glue, so there is no surprise that Nats is taking over this blue lane for Bentings.
Ah, Ben Fings! Bouncing ball saves him from a sure Shinpo by Light right there. Look at this. This is Scruffle around the turtle area. Hesu with the flicker, and even with the split won't be able to survive the damage coming in from RSG.
Oh, with that, there's no glue to divide up the team of RSG. Turtle on the side of H2O. Now, how they can do this? Emon is being sniped down by Innocent.
Oh, the ultimate snipe! One more hit would have done it! And in the end, another win from RSG around the turtle pit. They are the ones who secure the second turtle of the game.
Such an unfortunate situation for Innocent. Even though he did win that lane versus the Beatrix, it's by nature, it's by design that the Leslie will take over this lane over Emon. But that kill would have been important for this Leslie to snowball. And it's really interesting to see that Innocent, instead of going for the Windtalker, which is the usual build route for a Leslie, she went for the Berserker's Fury first. So more damage, but that does mean that if Ammon gets to close the gap, the DPS is much higher on the Matrix. But with Escalera rotating towards top lane, that's not gonna be a concern.
Second time's the charm, at least.
Yeah. Man, the AoE punish and burst right now of DNC. going hot and ready. Look at that, Light.
The 4-man dive. Great kick from Light, but it only delays the inevitable. Right there and then, it's Exhort. Oh, he's the one who actually went for the Tyrant's Rage.
Oh, no dash, no puncture.
No dash and puncture means that it's gonna have to back off for the meantime, though. As you do see, RSG, they're suffering. There's just so much raw damage coming from TNC on this top lane.
Again, the story is if they are able to protect the Leslie, then it can work. They have the damage needed to take down the heroes on the side of RSG Slays Philippines, and they can do that because they have the they have the Lancelot with the poke and prod. They have the Kufra to jump in. They have the glue to sustain, even though they didn't have Teso in that specific fight. The damage is enough from both Innocent and Escalera to just take out the targets on the side of RSG.
Well, speaking of taking out, I say the setups from Bending is pave enough. Now for RSG, there's a lot of ways that they need to counter this, because right now the defense could not suffice the damage. Oh, wow!
Wait!
God, Escalera!
2 shots!
We were talking about defense, and that burst from right there from Escalera is just showing off.
Yeah, 2 shots, and Emma was sitting at 1/4 HP.
It's really good, at least, is that gold lane for TNC. But it's still a toss-up in terms of who takes the objectives. RSG seems to be very, very happy with where they are right now.
With no marks from the side of TNC, I think 3 members can do it, but inside of RSG, they have more potential to secure with the damage. Let's see how they separate the Raiders from here.
It's a swap. Leslie's not available here, which means that RSG might have more members to secure that turtle. It is a 5-man secure from RSG. Even though Escalera did do some damage, it's not enough to slow down the Raiders.
Okay, no casualty. All on the progress. RSG has eyes on the mid-game spike that they needed to have against TNC. Not wasting any time for clashes, because right now, they're missing up something. They need defense, they need damage, because in TNC, they want to hold this line if they want to make this a win. How's the items right now?
I mean, there's a lot of budget meals happening for a lot of the heroes, but Ben thinks.
Yep, that's a lot better right now. Basic maneuver there coming in from the Kufra. No fancy movements needed. They get that kill very easily. At the other hand, though, Eman start to build up that damage on the Beatrix.
But it also is happening on Innocent. The Leslie has the endless battle. So more cooldown reduction, more true damage. And again, with the recent buffs on Leslie, reducing the cooldowns on the skills, this is gonna have a huge impact in this game. If RSG cannot catch this Leslie, she is just gonna move around the fights and kill off heroes, put more damage onto the Fredrin, because even if the Fredrin gets a lot of armor and a lot of HP, it doesn't care.
Yeah.
She whenever she crits, she outputs through damage. So what?
She's like a Natalia with a gun.
Yeah.
See?
That's basically
There it
it.
is.
And they just keep rotating freely around this map. And this is a huge change for TNC to make progress.
It's actually very aggressive for TNC. Imagine if they get this turret in mid, it's actually pretty big for their map control.
H2 is playing with pure confidence here. That check push, that wouldn't happen if this was any other team, but it is RSG. H2, his commitment to serving his teammates, being the frontliner, he's fully committed to that role. Even though TNC was in position to take him out, TNC was like, wait, is this happening? Is H2 really walking to the bush? Maybe they have a trap. Maybe they've laid out a bait for us, so we're not gonna take it. And that mental pressure that H2 brings is, something that RSG can take advantage of.
In that mid lane, I think it was more confidence because he knew that Nats was close by, that Arlott has a final slash, a very scary skill if used in a group of opponents.
Yeah, but the thing is, TNC could have taken him out in seconds. So I feel like they were pressured because H2 was very confident with his walk. And RSG was not in position to take the fight, by the way. Yes, Arlott was near, but it wouldn't have been enough because everyone was far away.
2v4, yeah.
And how Fredrin walks is just pure confidence walking the hallway of like being in high school. Because right now in TNC would take that chance. They have the power to do so. So there's a lot. We're seeing hesitations from TNC.
Yeah, I mean it's a little thing, but it shows the indecisiveness of
Yeah.
TNC at the moment. You're at a very huge lead, even though the gold is not saying it. You're just leading by 200 gold. At some point, they were leading by 3 gold. You have all the damage that you need. Meanwhile, on the side of RSG, yes, they do have damage, but everything is killable. Ben Things missed the ultimate again. TNC, this is the end game that you need. You need to close it out. You need
Innocent's
to have
so
better
strong.
engagements.
Imagine the Leslie and the Beatrix
Better is
difference.
like still
See?
Ooh,
What is
okay.
happening with TNC?
A lot of decisions coming out from the Phoenix Army. Flickers, ultimates has been used.
Just go. Don't be too scared.
Okay, right now we're looking at how TNC could do this.
can do this.
Try to shake things off a bit and just do yourself, fam, because not too...
Oh, they see the Leslie. This is important for RSG. They see the Leslie. He did just farm the crab, so they know that Leslie is on the right side of the Lord.
That can be pinned down.
That is information, by the way.
Oh, no.
At the very least, TNC do have their ultimates back up. They're ready for round 2. And H2O's not done dancing with the Lord just yet.
Again, this is just Molten Essence versus Lord. You know, H is just guarding the Lord.
Very classic.
He's talking.
And finally, they go for the jungler, and it's King Kong going
Oh.
down. That means no contest for that Lord, and RSG will take it.
Oh, no. TNC is going to retreat back. Look at that.
TNC, you had the lead.
They had it.
You had everything you needed, and you blew it.
What were they waiting for,
my.
Midnight? What do you think? What do you think they were waiting for?
I mean, it again, the reason why I harp that early moment wherein they didn't commit on H2, it's the mindset. You know, TNC, they're not ready to fight. They're not prepped to fight. And that explains why the Lord was stale. And at that moment, RSG knew that TNC is not fighting. It's just the mindset, you know? There's no other explanations for this. TNC, they were not looking to fight in any form whatsoever.
Even though they could, they had the
Even though
firepower.
they could, you know?
Yeah.
Yes, you were only leading by 200 gold, but you have the damage that you need. Now you gave RSG a very big window wherein they're able to utilize the Beatrix without getting punished by Escalera.
This is the hesitation. We're just totally shearing off the frustrations on how TNC could progress from that match, because there's a lot of open windows that they can actually do. They have the toolkit, they have the way of advantage in terms of team fights, they have initiations, they have good crowd control. So a lot of things that we're seeing here is underutilized. It can be counted against RSG. And just as that, that's a quick 5k gold lead right away.
Yeah.
Just imagine Ben Things jumping on a single target on RSG. They burst him down with feathered airstrike. And then if RSG follows up, you have Vision coming out from Leslie's ultimate. So you can disengage. RSG cannot chase because they don't have the capability of doing so.
Oh no. Oh,
There goes
jump!
the final slash. They are going to hit Escalera, but he's able to fly away with wings by wings. Here comes the rest of TNC, though they're looking really, really ferocious. RSG going to lose 2 members. That's Light and H2O going down.
See, they have damage, they have the initiation, they can execute. You just have to do it. There's no, there's no reason why you need to be afraid against RSG. If you want to engage, you can disengage with the vision being provided by Innocent. And RSG, if they don't have flickers, they cannot fight into TNC.
They have the checklist, folks. That's all they needed to do. Execution is what needed for TNC to have that synchronized attack and how they wanted to do the counter punch for RSG. Right now, they trimmed down to 3k gold lead. And if they keep doing that, maybe they could push this to game number 3.
Yep.
Items now showing up. How's this?
Yeah, there is the Blade of Despair from Innocent, but we're also in the territory wherein Beatrix can just one-shot anybody on the side of TNC. If they get a sort of crowd control coming out from anybody on the side of RSG, like Light engaging onto 3 heroes with an amazing knock-up, Nuts following it up with a final slash, you can expect a lot of burst damage coming out from Eman, either from the Ren's Apathy or just the bombshell or the grenade thing, you know? And TNC will get wiped out.
boom.
The boom boom, you know? It's not just a bang bang anymore, it's also a boom boom.
Yeah. A lot of explosions are happening right now in the Land of Dawn. And as we see it, as Midnight is pointing out all the checkers that TNC can do, they just need to they just need to press the right buttons to do so. See, and just as that, the gold is leveling to 1.7k into RSG, and they need to have the perfect targets in this game.
Yeah, honestly, it's not even about just pushing the right buttons. Just push the button.
Go.
Just Just press one and it could work.
But as good as that is, I mean, TNC's damage output will start to fall in the later parts of the game.
Yeah, that's why you have to commit now, because Eman is getting to that territory wherein he can cosplay Benecutie, you know?
Cosplay.
Get one-way ticket towards the base of TNC.
And there goes the fight. This is what we're talking about. TNC, they're getting the kill on the H2O. That would mean that's a free Lord. What is RSG going to do about it? They're still hesitating.
There's a wraparound.
There's no jungler, but TNC still hesitating.
Fight, TNC.
I think they have to go for it.
They don't have the jungler.
Is this going to be reset?
Oh, Light!
Oh, Light. He's going to fall victim to Innocent. Some really good snipes coming in from the Leslie. Here's the Renner's Apathy. Still no retry available for RSG. Means that it's going to be a TNC Lord. And there they go off to the races, going off. Trying to escape is going to be RSG, and they are going to escape with only one, maybe two members. That's going to be... That's going down as well.
Nobody's going safe with trade of 3-0 plus the Lord push. TNC winning that one.
Yeah, TNC, they finally were able to capitalize the fact that they are strong at the moment. And it took a mistake from RSG. Glue and Beatrix was not there in the Lord fight, and H2 was taken out. And by the way, TNC did not know that.
Yeah.
Yes.
They could have went for the all-in.
You just go. That's how you win fights.
This time around, TNC looking really, really good. Finally living up to some of that expectation that a lot of their fans have right now. And they are pushing up on the mid with Lord on top.
Exort is almost back. Now they have a push. TNC has a push up top in the lead. They have the rope now. What's going to be the plan of the Phoenix Army? There's waves coming in. But look at Light. Light is on the back line. They don't know where Light is. Oh, now he's back.
2 inhibis going down. That's actually really, really good for TNC. It's 2.6k gold lead as well.
They're awake.
Making the window bigger here for TNC. And again, we're at that point wherein RSG can fight back, but Innocent is also dishing out so much damage, so much true damage from the Leslie. 58,000 damage. And most of it is, you know, dealt towards Brethren. So H2 is not having a fantastic game. He cannot even itemize around it, you know, because there's no item that can help you against a Leslie.
Yeah, good.
If the true damage gets procced, then it's sad face.
So you have a sad face. You need armor to hold that line. Look at that real time win rate now showing almost 69% for TNC, and it's climbing slowly. Just press the button. You have all the checklist. You have the green lights. Go ahead and do it.
TNC means that's nice.
That's nice. Correct. That's nice. Correct. So imagine TNC, again, on that specific Lord fight, they didn't even know. They didn't even know that Beatrix and Glue was not in that fight. They were not participating. And they still took the fight. Imagine if they did that twice now. If they just engaged on H2 at that walk in the middle lane, they would have maybe closed out the game by now, because Innocent would have been so much bigger compared to what he is now. He is now stacked, fully stacked low, but TNC, again, they are really, really strong, but RSG is coming to the point wherein it's just going to be a matter of positioning. TNC took that fight, and RSG was not in fighting form because they didn't have the Beatrix at that moment. And even though Eman and Nats followed, actually, the Arlot, even though Nats followed up with the skirmish, it wasn't really enough because the President was already taken out.
Yeah, and we're talking about how RSG could counter damage the side of TNC. We are looking at Exort and Eman here, right? Exort, Eman, and even Nat. So if those three are out on the line,
Ultimate Snipe being used by Innocent. He spots out a huge amount of the map. That's good info for the Phoenix Army.
The vision of TNC, we're just talking about how the damage could pull through TNC. So in terms of on being in the ultra late game state, RSG still has a chance for a comeback.
Yeah, this is still Beatrix, you know?
Yeah.
You can never count out a Beatrix on the late game, especially with the Renner. And just one catch from RSG, and one snipe can take out anybody on the side of TNC.
A lot of pressure on the Benfing.
Oh, they see
to
the
make
choke?
these picks happen.
Oh, the kick was used.
Wait,
What?
the Way of the Dragon was, the green light is out.
TNC, why are you backing off?
TNC, you
There's no
know,
kick.
you have info. You have info.
There's no kick.
This is the time to do it.
Okay.
Oh,
There's
no.
a different plan for TNC. They want to get this Lord.
They want the 50-50. I don't know why, but
Again.
now again, this is another info, bro.
There you
They
go.
saw the Matrix on top.
You have the ultimate from Leslie. You don't see the Matrix. Go all in on the Fredrin. Go all in on the Fredrin. Come on.
What? I don't know. H2O.
Remember that strike was used.
Oh no! My God! All right, Light is in trouble though. He might be, but his Way of the Dragon is back off cooldown.
Okay, H2
What
still
is
alive.
happening?
Still alive against King Kong. This Lord has been really patient with the junglers, you know.
TNC's
With
definitely
everybody.
being very careful.
Oh, there's a snipe coming in from Eman. Who with
There's the energy eruption. They pull down Hesu and Benfings, but those are very tanky heroes.
No Ren is
From
happening.
TNC, that means that they're still in a pretty good spot. They can still try to contest if they want to.
Ben thinks.
He goes for the revenge. He doesn't miss.
Oh, that's
Doesn't hit
two.
the target. That's free members being hit by the final
Light!
strike. And there it is, Light. He will go down with the immortality in tow, but Innocent gets deleted off the map. Nats is chasing off on the free members of TNC all on his own. Beautiful movement coming in from the R-Lot, and he takes out Escalera.
Oh, TNC.
2-man down, and it's 22 minutes.
What did I just watch?
This.
I get why Midnight is. I can hear everything.
Yeah, his
Midnight's
gears
going
are
through.
grinding right now.
All
folks.
the gears are being grinded.
This
I know why.
is the comeback potential of RSG. You force out resources, you force out the ultimates, take out the mistakes from bad positioning, and that's how they gain chance up against TNC. Now will they do
so
it again?
Much info. Hesu goes straight into the face of M and exactly what he should do. That's going to be immortality being used on the Beatrix, and he will go down. Finally on a pretty even fight here, but Hesu does have his ultimates. Will he use it though? I think he has to. He has to go on the Nats. There goes the final strike again.
They're delayed.
And it's only delayed right here, right now.
Roar, the Lord is reset.
Again, it's still a 5v4.
Okay, this is how powerful the light of TNC is, right? You just engage, you catch Beatrix off guard, you take kills from RSG. And if you take out the important heroes on the side of RSG, they're not gonna get objectives. They're not gonna contest team fights against TNC.
Finally, RSG says, all right, we good to go, we good to go. We're all clear. This is 100% ours to take, and they will get that lure.
Oh, there's a call here that they can do it. They're taking out Orange as well.
Going for the
Ben
offensive. They're going for H2O. It's a very tanky boy, though. Very hard to take down. Light on the side. Forces the flicker out of Innocence.
Oh, that's too much.
Okay, let's clear the air here. TNC has the push. They have the Luminous Lord. Can RSG have the chance to defend themselves? Do they have a borderline to hold this push?
I mean, they do have the Arlott, you know. Arlott is such a fantastic base defender. If you're not positioned well, you might just get Final Slash and then comboed by Exhort, whatever spell he has with his ultimate. It can be the Cooper ult. So, you know, the Wombo combo can be there for RSG. Oh, Feather Airstrike.
Oh, that Feather
Already been
Airstrike.
used.
So he used here on those turrets.
Oh, the Lord.
I don't think it was worth, honestly.
The
It was too
Lord.
early.
And we're going for another possible hold and reset. RSG still defending their base with the last tier turret.
If you're TNC, you know, with this next wave pushing in, conceal play is a possibility, but they don't commit.
Okay, they need to have no hesitations right now. They have all the skills to do so. All they need is sheer confidence and execution. And now items are all locked in. This is the ultra late game.
This is the ultra late game.
Is there a difference? Is there a switch up on how they wanted to do this?
Honestly, for International, I'm surprised that they're... Oh, by the way, Twilight Armor is now counter against Leslie.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
And there's two present in RSG.
Yeah. So it is answerable by itemization. We're mistaken by that because it was just recently reintroduced. Because this was how Twilight Armor was meant to be when it was
Initially,
originally
yeah.
released. You know, and it's now back. It's now a Leslie counter because a lot of the damage are mitigated by the passive, but the cooldown is ridiculously long, like 60 seconds.
Yes.
Like
A minute?
You would have hit by so many things by then.
I don't know. I don't know why that's a thing. It's right, right? 60 seconds, or I might be mistaken. It might actually be the rose gold, but it is a long cooldown passive from the Twilight Armor.
So with this, they need to conserve energy. They need to conserve everything on the right moment, because in that real-time win rate, it was just 4% down from 69% from the reign of TNC. So you guys are saying here it's still present for the Phoenix Army.
Yeah.
To do so and take this win, because we're about to head on for a 30-minute long game.
Let's talk about endgame conditions here, okay?
Let's go.
For TNC, they need to break this spread win. Because if they don't break the spread win, there's gonna be a lot of taunts happening in this happening in the skirmishes. For TNC, there's just one. I mean, for RSG, there's just one thing: take out Innocent. That's just it.
Yep. Innocent and maybe Escalera, just so that we can get a better start. Cancel the feathered airstrike, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Well, it's about canceling, it's about taking out resources. So in these two teams, don't make a mistake and do not blink. So we're playing with the Lord Dance again. H2 has to invent things on position and place. And in terms of this, who needs to make the first move?
Again, it's TNC. You need to you need to make the first move, because if you don't, RSG will find an angle over on Innocent. And by the way, I just want to say, officially, TNC are the record holders of the longest games in MPL S11.
Break it, TNT. Let's do a longer one.
I don't know. I just feel like they've been too careful. You know what I mean? They had a lot of they're trying to secure this. They won't secure the Lord if it's not 100%.
Yeah.
That's basically how TNC's playing.
I mean, I respect the hustle. Like you're playing very fundamental, but in endgame conditions, a winning team is somebody that plays to win. You're not playing to be patient. You're not playing to wait for mistakes.
Wait for your opponents.
Yeah,
to
I
mess
respect
up.
that.
Yeah.
But look at teams like Echo, like like Bren.
Very decisive.
If you go late against them, they make decisive plays on the end game, such that the Lord take is not just the end game winning condition. It's just a tool that can be used to open up that win condition. Now for TNC and RSG is the one waiting for the mistakes coming out from TNC, because TNC is the superior team at the moment. Even though the gold lead says that RSG has 500 more gold, it doesn't even matter, because TNC, they have better heroes to deal with the lineup of RSG. Now if you're TNC, the way you break RSG's win condition is just you go on them, you don't make mistakes, you select the right targets, and you just take the game away from them.
Oh, they finally pulled the trigger. They heard, and they are now answering. That's going to be H2O going down.
Okay.
That's a 4v5, and I'm pretty sure TNC should have no problem taking this board at this point.
Okay, no jungler. No jungler for RSG. H2O is down. There's a jump.
And there it is. There's Ben Finks. Oh, they get knocked up by the Lord.
Nuts!
Look at Nats. He's playing on the back foot. He's hunting down this Leslie, and he gets to take it out.
A crucial pickoff from RSG, penetrating Innocent from the backline of TNC.
That's 3 members available here for RSG, but Eamon could go down.
Oh, the block!
Oh, Light! What a beautiful play from this Joe! Oh my goodness! That was huge!
Oh, almost got King Kong as well. By the way, may I just say, Exhort stole the feathered airstrike, flickered in, used the feathered airstrike onto the Leslie, because Knots didn't have anything at that moment. And again, Light, with that block onto the jump of the Kufra, could have taken out Eman. Oh my god, RSG. Again, these are the plays that are possible because RSG is put in the spot wherein they're still able to fight against TNC. And it is because of the indecisiveness of TNC in the the mid game. But they still have the lead. They can take this Lord. HU is gonna respawn in 1 second, but they're not gonna be able to be here for the Lord thing. But Nuts though.
Look at Nats just walking confidently right in 4 of TNC.
This is the X Factor. This is the X Factor we're talking about with Nats. But at this point, yeah, TNC has the clear advantage.
Light!
They're gonna get slowed down. That is gonna be the way of Dragon committed to the Lancelot, but the Lancelot is still quite healthy. Lord is low. King Kong is waiting for it, but H2O is also here.
He got Eman.
Oh, Jesus got Eman. But the Lord, who's gonna get the Lord?
Who's gonna get it?
That's gonna be King Kong with the Lord. Going in for the fight is also the rest of RSG. They're starting to really dive in. Esu starting to take advantage here, but Light will go down. That's going to be a 3v5, ladies and gents. TNC has the clear lead.
Ooh, ouch.
No.
Ouch.
Two crucial deaths from RSG trying to hold the line. TNC.
1 minute.
TNC right now is back on track, and they have a push in mid. Almost a minute without two members of RSG. They need to hold the line, and who's gonna make it happen?
I mean, this is
TNC is forcing a game number 3.
a hard defense, you know, and Ben thinks with a flicker.
Almost impossible right now unless a miracle play comes out.
Oh,
but yes,
nuts!
there's going to be the attack on the back foot, but not going to be enough. It will be a game 3. TNC takes game number 2.
Finally, there.